Hey, it's Adil with Fresh Mark Sense, another fresh review. Today I'll be looking at Mancera Choco Violette. What really interested me about this is the gourmand chocolate, hazelnut, little bit of mandarin and violet in the composition. All of this is based on reviews, so let's check it out and see for ourselves. Choco Violette Mancera. Adil with Fresh Mark Sense, another fresh review. Today I'll be looking at Mancera Choco Violette. This is an unboxing and first impression because I've only seen reviews on this, and the notes generally are a gourmand, chocolate, hazelnut, violet, supposed to be a little bit of vanilla, and I was told mandarin to give it a more complex gourmand feel. So I'm really interested in the gourmand sense. I really love the Tom Ford Noir, and this has a dark chocolate and roses vibe, and I really like to see how it compares in the chocolate vibe to Tom Ford Noir. So let's check it out ourselves. Unboxing and first impressions of Mancera Choco Violette. Right, nice packaging from Nintino after all of that. I got this wrapped up, and so this is what you got. So you know I just unboxed it now. It's all fresh like that. So let's see. Always on real products you get nice folds. I believe they do it with a machine rather than a person, because I don't know how you get that finish. Anyway, right, after that tight packaging, I actually could not do it one hand. I was going to drop the bottle, so I took it out. Sorry for ruining the suspense, but this is Choco Violette. It's actually quite normal looking in the tab or whatever. But I'm surprised because I've got quite small hands. I thought that, you know, I thought it'd be bigger than that, because I've seen it quite big in some people's hands, and I thought, wow, I thought it would just be bigger than that. But anyway, it's a nice handheld size. No need to go for a 16mm whatever, simply because it's going for very cheap nowadays. Just pick it up in the January sales. I think I got the last of it, really. I got the last one of this one, Choco Violet. Literally the next day it was gone. But let's check it out. So what do I get right off the cap? I'm getting a nice sort of choco musk. Oh, cacao. You know what? I can't wait. Let's go. Oh, it took about 4 sprays until it pumped up. And now it's ready. Why not? I'm going to put on my jeans too. Yeah, nice. Okay. So as you can see, I drenched myself with this. And I believe a little bit went into my mouth. I went a bit extreme. Okay, so I have the box over here for any of you who's actually bothered to look at that. Ooh. It's almost like Cocoa Pops. It's chocolatey, milky, vanilla. Ooh, I'm getting that hazelnut. In terms of orange, I think it's more of like a creamy note. Creamy, slight tang. Just to sort of break up the monotony. And then this of just chocolate. Break up the monotony of just chocolate and sort of cocoa chocolate. It's getting a bit cakey now. It's getting a bit thicker. It's starting to get a bit of egginess almost. Not like anything sour, but the heaviness that you get from when you add egg to a cake. It has a bit more of depth, more like a brownie. Yeah, it's definitely got that cake base. And I was surprised when I heads up when I smell velvet vanilla. I did get almost a cakey vibe, almost like a cupcake. It's got that sort of cake concentration mix where you got that egg, that flour, the sugar, the creaminess, maybe like that buttery. But this is like buttery. It's like there's a cake made out of Cocoa Pops and it's buttery chocolatey. And I have not worn my cocoa butter in the morning right now, just in case that was going to get in the way. So the cocoa smell that I'm smelling it is Cocoa Pops slash, not, I wouldn't say dark chocolate ganache, but you do get a dark chocolate cake, not like a thick. Okay, it's getting there. It's getting there. In terms of violet, I'm not really smelling the violet too much, which I'm quite happy about because I'd want it as a slight floral. Yeah, I can smell it, but I think that the hazelnut and chocolate come off a lot more than the come out more, a lot more than the violet. Yeah, I like to just drench myself the first time and just really smell it coming out and around the room as well. Definitely it's solid Cocoa Pops. If you've left it, you know, I mean, I know back in the day I had loads of cousins, brothers. I remember there was a cousin of mine, he used to just wait. I was like, why don't you just eat your cereal? I thought there was something wrong with him. But he was just waiting until the milk turned like completely chocolate. And when I introduced him, I told him like 10 years later, I gave him an Nesquik straw. I said, you don't have to wait that long. He was like, oh, I'm over it. But it was good times, wasn't it? he was so excited about it. He just went out and just got some Cocoa Pops just for the memories. He started craving it again. And this gives that chocolate Cocoa Pop sort of craving. You get that. I mean, I think if you're chocolate greedy, you should go for this. I mean, I haven't smelt the chocolate greedy by Montal, but this definitely satiates my thirst for chocolate. I think I could actually lose weight, lose weight by just sniffing this like some sort of chocolate addict before every time I'm gonna go for the eclairs. Because this is chocolate, creamy, Cocoa Pops in its cacao dusting. It's a very milk chocolate, not in a cheap way. This is the branded Cocoa Pops. In terms of the floral, I'd say it's a light floral tinge. I'm happy that the hazelnut overrides the violet any day when I'm smelling it. In terms of my clothes, my clothes are smelling like chocolate and a bit of musk, which I really like. It's a very interesting. Oh, I thought it stopped. I thought it stopped recording for a second. Very interesting chocolate musk, not basic. I've smelled some chocolate musk before, and I do like them. But you know when you smell a cheap one as well, it's like, oh, this smells like either cheap chocolate or something like that. One chocolate musk that I would recommend that may be on par with this in a different way, but it's slightly more bitter cacao, and then mix it with a more alcohol smell, is if you go to Hotel Chocolate, I think it's Chocolate Shop, they actually smell a chocolate flavored perfume. They had this store in Southside. I don't even go. When is the last time I've gone to the shopping mall or supermarket? I don't even know. I kind of feel sorry for the people working there because Without me, the life is not that interesting because I'm asking about new things, whatever, and then otherwise somebody will just come in and say, "Yeah, I want just 1 million," or something from the ad. But I hope that that shop is still open because I would like to check out that Choco Mosque as well from Hotel Chocolate. But I'd say this. I'm starting to get the florals now, but lucky they're at the end and they're more of a white floral. I know it's a milk chocolate and there's a white and it's a violet flower, but for me the flowers smell almost like white flowers, like more like tuberose almost. Not tuberose. Tuberose is a bit more opaque in its white floral qualities, like thicker smoke, but of a white floral nature, and slightly has a fizzy note to it, like almost like aldehydes. But this has the sort of flat white note of tuberose, but it's starting to come up with the sweet creaminess of violet now. It's a more rounded creaminess, but I'm happy that the florals don't come out as so strong. This really makes it wearable for a man. This is like the ultimate cocoa butter. I think if I wear my cocoa butter and I wear this Choco Violette, this is very delicious. This kind of smell, this God, I'm trying to veer away from Cocoa Pops, but it really got stuck in my mind. That chocolate and the way how it mixes with the milk and it creates something creamy. It really adds something to milk. It lets you taste the fat in the milk. I was always like, never semi-skimmed with Cocoa Pops. If you're going to do something evil and dastardly chocolatey, you were going to go in all the way and you were going to, completely saturate it with Cocoa Pops and get the full fat milk because it's the creaminess that was so good with it, the creamy with the chocolate. And that is what I'm getting, the creamy chocolate note. Not so much, the Choco Musk is always there, but it's never a cheap Choco Musk because it's always supported by a creamy, I'd say lactose note, like a lactonic, which is a milky vibe. Shout out to Frank Radke there. I almost got lost there. I remember lactonic was a word for milky. So the creamy, lactonic, milky vibe. Not sour. Everything's sweet, rounded off. I really like how the chocolate is rounded off. It's never left on a dirty cacao or just a light cacao dusting. It's never left floating. It's always supported by the milk, the cream, the slight white floral of the violet. Even though it's not a white floral, it's a violet flower. But it has that sweetness of the violet and the white flower essence. Sorry. I hope I'm not dying. But we're all dying slowly, so you might as well get on living. So get on with living. So this chocolate, it don't quit either. I'm really liking this. I'm trying to veer away from the Cocoa Pops or the cocoa butter, but it's just cocoa, hazelnut, little bit white floral. I'm loving it, loving it all the way. I can't sense anything unpleasant in it. I thought if the florals came out more, it would be more feminine and it would be like, oh, you got some violet and a little bit of chocolate and it's sort of dark chocolate, but it's more purple flowers sort of thing, and that would be kind of cool. But I really like this. Oh my god, it made me like fall asleep because I was like dreaming. I was like, I'm gonna fall asleep now. I'm gonna fall asleep. I'm just gonna dream about chocolate. This is great. And I'm happy that I didn't go for Montal with their, they got their little cheap, tin can. I'm not gonna buy anything from a tin can for £90 or whatever. This is just, it just feels like I'm robbing myself, you know. I would slap myself before I pay for £90 for something in a tin can, honestly. So, Cocoa Pops and White Floral. It is a bit more juvenile than I thought, a bit more playful. I would say not juvenile though. It's bordering on juvenile because it's Cocoa Pops. I mean, what can you say? Cocoa Pops is a childhood memory for me. To be honest, I was paired with my cousin to eat breakfast simply because I didn't eat anything but Cocoa Pops, and I had to watch somebody else eat Cocoa Pops to build my appetite up. It was literally this: all the Cocoa Pops are going. If you're not going to eat this, you got nothing left. And I used to be hungry just for Cocoa Pops, so it's a great memory which is stuck in my mind. me and my cousin, we used to finish all the Cocoa Pops. So wow, I'm trying to think of something else, but maybe I've been brainwashed. Maybe I brainwashed myself with Cocoa Pops. I'm like that fat man from Seven. If you are gluttonous for Cocoa Pops until you eat yourself because you smell so good, like that guy from Seven. This is so good. It's evil. it's so naughty. I'm really loving it. It's a guilty pleasure. I feel fat because I'm loving chocolate so much. Just smelling this. This is causing me to have an addictive reaction. I feel like I want to go out and just buy some eclairs and just eat 5 in a row. And then just get some ice cream and just throw it on top just to try and match this. But nothing is matching this. This is... To be honest, that Hotel Chocolate is a chocolate shop and it has that chocolate perfume. That is a lower version of this. But I would still be willing to compare it because I'm thinking, as a Fresh Mark Sense review, I would tell you guys to check that one out as well because I'm all about you guys saving money. Remember, I bought this for, what is it? Oh, I got this for 60. Yeah, this was much cheaper than the original price. I got it for 60 on Notino because they've got a mega sale going on. Represent Notino for that, for giving me a great price. And that's all I'm going to do for you. Don't ask too much. I'm excited. So yes, this is £60. I wouldn't recommend you to buy a perfume for over 100 or more than £1 per milliliter. That was my upper limit. This is over. Normally, this is over 100, and a lot of the other Mancera perfumes I've got are, well, a few, probably about 2, are over 100. But simply because I wanted to splash out on something and below £1 per milliliter. If you're going for a Tom Ford, which is, I don't know, 75 or 100 ml or something, and it's £220, you're not getting your value for money. If you're getting more than £1 per milliliter, this is my upper limit personally. So if you're going for that, good luck to you, but you best be getting your value for money because there's great perfumes out there and great deals. And if I got this for 60, that's, what is it, 50p per milliliter. Standard is 40, 30. For 100 ml, you get £40, £30. Standard, it's a little bit above. So check it out, guys. I'm really loving this, and if you love cocoa, this is addictive. This is an addictive gourmand hazelnut and light white floral scent. Check it out, Fresh Mark Sense out. Take my word for it. I was just about to leave you guys, but I think that I smell another note in here that's not noted. The white florals almost come off as watermelon, not watermelon, but honey melon with white floral. Just the sweetness of it. It's almost like a holding note, like they've got some honey melon. You know, honey melon is the one with the brown or light brown casing, and it's green, and it's almost green and a little bit white, and it goes a honey color in the middle. The riper it gets, so on full ripeness, it's a honey yellow color, very light, like a orange blossom honey or something very light, light honey color. And what it does, it's in stronger with you, and it goes quite unnoticed because there's pineapple, sage, and stuff. But this honey melon note, I believe it may have a sort of it has a sort of honey melon note in its gourmand lactose, in its milky scent, in its chocolate and milky scent. In the milky scent, there's a slight sweetness of honey melon. Now, this isn't a listed note, so I've been saying this as a add-on, whatever. I usually talk about the notes that are actually in the perfume, but just for information, not detracting from it, I just feel that I may have picked it out, honey melon. It's a great scent, and I feel that that holding note of the melon sort of brings out the sweetness of the chocolate and keeps the musk from not being scratchy. It smoothens the musk. That's what I'm trying to say. Because sometimes you get a bit of a aerosol after effect, deodorant effect, like a little bit of a scratchy choking, like a dry cacao, like you ate some. I don't know if you ate some cacao. I haven't eaten raw cacao like that in a powder. I tried a little bit, of course, cooking, but like if you have like something very dusty, you get a sort of irritated throat. It's that sort of after musk scent that is not very good in the other choco musk that I smelled. But this sort of honey melon vibe is sort of coming out. And that is the second association that I come with. First thing that comes up is Cocoa Pops. And yeah, I say take my word for it, because I say usually don't take my word for it, but this is a definite Cocoa Pop smell. It's so satisfying in terms of the chocolate. You'd be like, oh, I want some chocolate today. I mean, I have loads of sweets. I have sweets all the time. I just I barely keep up. You know what I mean? If you, if you leave some sweets, they're gone. You know. I mean, I love it. I love me a bit of chocolate. It's part of the enjoyment of life, enjoying the sweetest things, and enjoying the more delicate things in life. You know, the simple things. Just enjoying simple things. But you know, this is definitely Cocoa Pop. So take my word for it. It's definitely a Cocoa Pop scent, and bear in mind that honeydew melon vibe, which might catch you out after the milk taste, but it's very well blended, and I feel that the white florals are on the same level as this honey melon vibe. So it never really comes off as overly sweet, never really comes off as green like a melon, like melon green. There's no greenness in it. It's just the sweetness of the honey melon, mixed with definitely that hazelnut and chocolate. Hazelnut cocoa pop chocolate with milk and milk and a honeydew melon and white floral sweetness with the rounded sweetness of the violet just at the end. I feel that this is amazing. Yes, I'm smelling it quite close, and I shouldn't do that. Let's try and smell it far away. I can smell it from here. Let's see. Yeah, I can smell it from here. But then again, I've got it on my body and everything, and I feel that it could easily make your nose blind if it was sprayed in the room. So, in terms of sillage and spread, I think it's the same as most Mancera. It's sort of like an armor where you can smell it, which is a great sign of quality, and they last very long as well. I mean, I wore my first Mancera fragrance yesterday, and that was 5% battery, and that was very long lasting until the next day, and I still smell it in the morning when I got out of bed. But check it out, guys. I gotta go, and I'm gonna check this out, and let me know what you think about Choco Violette and what you've been mixing with. Fresh Mark Sense out. Stay fresh.